Good evening, NGS. Thank you for joining us today. We are casting Clouded Minds After Dark versus R1Esports. The coin toss went in favor of Roll1, and Roll1 chose first pick. So Clouded Minds banned Tomb of the Spider Queen and Dragonshire. Roll1Esports banned Infernal Shrines and Cursed Hollow. My name's Caladorn. I have my friend, my CCS mate, and bowler extraordinaire, Wolf, here, co-casting with me. You want to say hi, Wolf, to the...
Hello.
Good, that works as a mic check. I can see you guys can hear him. Because I am totally prepared for having a co-caster.
Last minute thing. Make it
fun. So, hello, everyone, and we have everyone in the lobby right now. I am going to let them know that we are ready.
Weenus just to like to play with soundboards, so making things interesting for his team, or miserable.
Is he doing his goat impression?
That's a good question.
Weenus has a wicked goat impression, so if you've never seen it, highly recommended.
Oh, yes. It is worth spending those caster points and stuff to get him to do goat impressions. And the big honker. Chonker? Honker?
Yeah. Tigerfish, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. That is leaves me 12 followers from being affiliated right now. So, ooh, I can get a moat soon. Maybe. And Wolf. Wolf, you hadn't been following me before. Oh, man.
I kind of forget that you're casting because you play frequently at the same time I do.
Alright, we are diving straight into our draft now. I won't hold it against you, Wolf. I'll still call you my friend and bowler extraordinaire.
I will take it.
Battlefield of Eternity. Two main trains of thought. You either have a race comp or you have a defending and push comp. Most teams will go for racers, looking for those high damage output heroes onto the objective. Wolf, what are some of your favorites to pick up on Battlefield of Eternity, or what do you like to ban?
I like to see Greymane's Ballas and sadly Raynor. That one hurts me personally. And then like Li Ming and Chromie for the mages, which all of those make good bans in their own right for the map.
For sure, for sure. Artanis is another one that's highly thrown out there. Hogger is pretty good zone control, and if you line it up, I think he can bounce between for
quite a while.
For quite a while, yeah. Tychus, very meta ban right now. Not necessarily good at race, but he's good at murder. So a CM After Dark just doesn't want to deal with the Tychus, I guess.
Not the most pleasant thing for anyone to deal with.
Yeah, so
maybe we could see a Deathwing coming in. That'd be fun.
Deathwing. I do love my Deathwing. Sonya, another very meta hero right now. Slam build's supposed to be really good. I haven't really practiced with her since she became quote-unquote meta. E2C, great on this map, booping you right into stuns. Let's see the Li Ming, as Wolf called. Great first pickup. Orbs to poke against the Immortal, or just... It's not necessarily fast race until she gets her Seeker Missiles, but...
Yep. Isn't Seeker Missiles at 1?
I thought,
or is it the 16?
I think Seeker Missiles is at 7, where all 3 hit. They deal extra damage.
See, I'm bad at leaving. I play Calamity and hope people die.
Stukov and Sylvanas are the first and second pickups by Clouded Minds. Both solid heroes. I think Sylvanas can do extra damage to the Immortal too. I'm not 100% sure on that, but great to push with the Immortal once you get it.
I think the Immortal's worded to where it doesn't proc off Sylph, but she still puts out good consistent damage.
I think it's considered a monster. So it's not a minion or a mercenary, but it's a monster.
Yeah, because I think she has the same issue with the samurais on Hanamura.
Malfurion, great healer right now with his sleepy roots, and Johanna's always a classic tank. You can never fault someone for taking Johanna.
Agreed. And no offlane love. Like, every offlane that has seen meta play is just not allowed to be in this game.
I will try to up the volume for you. It's a Trax. I've got the volume on both mine and Wolf's mic turned all the way up. Maybe if we can place mics closer to the mouth.
I have moved my mic closer to the mouth.
Diablo is the final ban from R1Esports. No wall slams into Stukov silences.
So there's the Artanis race you were talking about.
I'm here to help.
Jaina has some good race too with that Ice One Fury.
The Ice One Fury at 7 to restack her Blizzard.
Alright, so 2 more picks out of roll 1. Offlane and more damage. Who's the offlane?
Lunara, good pickup. Lunara gets extra damage at 4 to non-heroic units.
And a Rexar. So good zoning with Rexar, extra stuns. Not bad wave clear. That's all good things.
And who is are they going to pick up as a tank? Or if they pick up a tank at all?
Alright, so we
Looks
get
like
a varied.
Varian. Varian could just go Windblades. I'm throwing it out there. Windblades Varians, right? No?
I hope not. Not with Jaina and Stukov to just ruin people's life. Please
no. It'll be a Varian into a Stukov silence into a Jaina Blizzard, I'm sure.
Yeah, plus Varian will be able to rip shields from Johanna and make her life miserable as the game goes on.
Alright. Who do you like here for the draft, Wolf? Who do you think has got the potential to win the race?
If Cloud and Mines are able to get onto the point, I think they can just easily do it, but roll 1 doesn't have to get close. They can just launch orbs for days, and then can Stukov keep his healing up long enough to make that a null factor?
I think that's a fair assessment. If they both are racing at the same time, I think it goes to Clouded Mines. If they can defend, if they can put a Rexar and a Malfurion and a Johanna defending their Immortal, then Lunara and Leeming can dish out quite a bit of damage, just not quite as fast.
Yep.
I will introduce Blue Team, and I will leave red to you, Wolf. For Blue Team, we have Tiger on Artanis. We have Zymara on the Sylvanas. Vince Noir on the Jaina. Venus on the Stukov. Okay. I've never seen Venus be playing healers, but... And Chai will be on our Varian.
And we have Big Beard on the Rexar. We have Velvet on the Lunara. Rock Your World is on the Johanna. We have Poe on the Leeming and Waniba on the Malfurion. That's roll 1 esports.
We have Sleepy Roots from our Malfurion. Great talent that needs to be nerfed. Otherwise, what was that?
Yeah, that talent's just a nightmare. I don't like playing into it.
The 2-second roots is just too much. It's too much. 2 seconds sleep after the effect. It needs to be like a second or second and a half. Bottom lane just exchanging damage. Meanwhile, top is just doing top things, being boring, you know. Varian has to remember that pre-4, he's not a real boy. He's just an imaginary. He's a wooden doll still. Let's see if he steps out too far and falls. So far, he's playing it really well, though. Jaina rotating up top. I wonder if this call was made. Artanis goes for the swap, but Big Beard is about to fall. Jaina, 200, 250. Big Beard gets out by the skin of his bear.
Bear. So that'll be a free camp for them in the top lane. Roll 1 is looking like they're going to start the bottom in response to this.
Yeah, good call. I mean, moving up to anchor that. Johanna just needs to stop them from coming in. And they'll swap camps. Rexar steps out really far, and Artanis swaps him and gets the first blood. As Jaina is going to stay up here and push. They have a camp, they have numbers advantage, why not?
Velvet having a hearth back after taking, it looks like a taunt to the face and some damage.
Both sides are doing their bruiser camp right now. 4's barely coming online for roll 1. Bruiser camp, ideally, you cap at about 45 seconds. Gives it 15 seconds to walk down as the immortals spawn. Both teams cap at about 50, so not bad. Hearthing back, though, is another delay to get to your race. Blue team setting up to the race. Red team also setting up to race, but looks like red team actually had a little bit of a head start. They are out ahead, about even now. Lunar stacking her damage.
Bears being a nuisance, trying to slow that race down from everyone just ignoring those shaman camps.
Yeah, shaman camps are going to be taking both walls as both teams are going to try and race. The tanks just poking each other, and the red immortal falls, blue takes it. The first immortal. It's moving bottom into their bruiser camp lane, which did decent damage to the wall. Blue catches out Lunara out of place and blows her up in a split second.
Very unfortunate timing for that with the objective coming in, since she has really good burn on immortals.
Yeah, you hate to see it, unless you're after dark.
Then it's your favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. Sylvana shutting that down. No free damage on the immortal today. Oh, Varian sneaks around and dives on that Li Ming, but is now in tower range and getting poked and killed. Do they secure the kill? Do they trade it for the fort? They do. Varian falls, but first fort is down.
I think that fort was gone no matter what they did, so a little consolation prize at least. Varian getting close to finishing up his Lion's Maw from level 1.
Wow, that's pretty quick for, what is it, 30? 25.
25. Needs 6 more.
Yeah, so, 2-1 kills. Top and bottom camps are respawning.
Li Ming trying to
poking down. Ooh, almost takes the Jaina down though.
root keeping Velvet and Poe very safe.
Yeah, they do take the fountain. A cheeky move on their part. 3 are top. Rexar hopefully knows that he's heavily outnumbered. Blue is rotating back down. Sylvanas and Venus are charging down as roll 1 takes the bottom camp in exchange. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Orb build from Li Ming. Everything else
full orb build.
Yeah.
Wonder if we'll see it get even bigger at 16.
That means she didn't take Seeker, though, for those extra pokes from those Qs at level 7. Immortal spawning here. Bruiser camp's about 30 seconds out, maybe a halftime objective. Red looks like they're positioning to defend this time. And say, hey, we couldn't quite outrace them. What if we defend? The Sylvanas captures that Johanna, though. Perfectly timed. Again for After Dark.
And there goes Lunara.
Oh, 20. Oh, Lunara Poison finishes the Varian, though.
Vengeance after death.
Yes. But that's free halftime in part of Clouded Mines. Immortals are safe side, so no having to cross the map for it. Red is going to do their best to race and catch up. Lunara is still coming over. Red does not have 10s, so they need to not engage. They need to be careful here.
Yep, and there's that Lion's Maw being finished up at the 7 minute.
Red is calling retreat, you know. Let's not get caught out without heroics. That Rexar pathing though. Oh no. That is a taunt into a swap into everything blow up.
And there goes 2.
The ghetto cleanse from Malfurion is not enough to get her or get Johanna out of that laser beam.
Yep, Sylv just goes straight to town, shutting the towers down. Very healthy Immortal going straight to that keep wall. Vince took lots of orbs to the face.
Yeah, Varian, however, took the invincible talent at the shield wall, so he doesn't care.
Yep, he's protected, by the way.
Yes.
Good unstoppable to get Rock out of there.
Not bad for a second Immortal, all the way through half of keep.
Alright, so Artanis is going to make his way bot. And
Blue is going to do the tour of the map. Get top, get bottom. Red not quite sure what they want to do right now. They started to take their bruiser, then they backed off, and now it looks like that it's getting sniffed out as not... Oh, Varian is just checking. Just looking.
oh no, Rexar.
However, that Rexar's too far out. Varian comes in behind, gets swapped, silenced, and poor Misha left an orphan.
Sylv threw out the ult to stop roll 1 from coming down. No one wants to walk into a fight without abilities.
Blue continuing to paint the map, gets the bottom camp and moves back to their bruiser. Almost have 13s online. What do you do here if you are roll 1? How do you come back into this game, Wolf?
You gotta find a pick.
Yeah, their macro game's just not doing it, and they need to aggressively rotate. They need to see someone out of place like that Rexar and do the same thing that Blue's been doing to them.
Yep, and
Get that pick.
Clouded Minds just has the map in their hands, so they're able to just be in position right out the gate.
Yep, that Immortal falling in, what, 15 seconds to halftime? 10 seconds?
If that, it was very
really
quick.
Dangerous side, this is better for Red. Red can sit there and defend until the lanes get pushed in too far. They can hope that someone steps up too far like Tiger, and they are able to take advantage of that. However, Misha is out of place. F for Misha. If you're blue here, you can just wait this game out. you can just stay in the middle and wait for Red to go and defend. Red takes a great fight, though. That Stukov almost dies. Red's still pretty healthy. They're looking to kill this Artanis, and Artanis falls. Misha in exchange, but... well,
Misha is just not long for this world every time a fight decides to break out.
I mean, Misha is
Velvet.
MVP, but, you know, she's also sacrificable, so...
Yes.
Velvet dancing around. If you look top and bottom, though, there's this build-up is beginning to happen. They have catapults on both sides. They're pushing towards the keeps. Blue
And
picks up Lunara and is about to pick up a Johanna. No, both Johanna and Syl fall low, but neither die. Artanis is back up, though. This fight has gone on for long enough that Red has lost their advantage.
now they'll have that catapult pressure start whittling away if it's not cleared up.
Yep. Great bunch of soak, though, there to pick up for roll 1. The Mortal going bottom always goes to the less damaged lane, and since top keeps half gone, it will go bottom.
Looks like they're going to split Sylvanas off and possibly try and get to... Jaina's deleted in half a second. Varian follows. Quick aggression out of roll 1 with the Immortal bearing down on them. 3 kills.
3 kills, moving past the Immortal. Smart. Dive past and get rid of that advantage.
And
blue team being
still
cheeky,
gonna
though, takes the
Yeah,
top keep.
Immortal probably will just end up taking another half of a keep.
Yeah. But with a Sylvanas, that's 2 people running in and shutting it down. Thank you,
Yeah.
Tranix. I actually forgot to swap it to the end game. I was still on the draft overlay. I appreciate it.
Alright. Just... okay, so team starting to respawn, trickle up to respond to the possible invade that they were looking at. Roll 1's just going to work on trading for the bottom camp while they're being collapsed on.
Yeah, this is scary. You guys got to get out of there now. Artanis coming in behind. Sylvanas coming in behind for the cutoff. The ha from Lunara leaps over. Joe actually throws out her shield, stuns 3 of them, and they reverse engage onto that Venus. Venus falling low. Malfurion throws out his Ancestor or his Silence, but does not land on anyone, and Blue begins to turn it to their advantage. It is
Tiger goes down.
a 1-for-1 trade. A Big Beard is hanging on to his last few Istigers, but overall, tank for Bruiser. Could have been a worse trade.
Yeah, they did lose their racer while roll 1 still has both of theirs, but they'll both be up in relative easy position.
Yeah, I would say time to pick up that camp, Red. I don't know why people are stalling.
Clouded Minds picks theirs up super fast.
Yep, and they are moving on to the race point. Varian's going to stay mid-point, look for disruptions, look for maybe a little bit of interruption of the race. But Red gets halftime in their favor this time by about 5,000 damage, as Artanis is back for the second half. Red is down clearing the lane of the Bruiser, and Blue takes the second half.
Big Blessed Shield followed by the Root and the Sleep.
Twilight Dream.
All the giant orbs just flying out right now.
Yes,
2 for 2 trade.
Leaming orb resets. Gross. It gives them even trade, but this is a half-shielded Immortal. It takes that bottom keep. Red now is just racing to prevent core damage as much as possible.
Yeah, they had that shaman camp that just weakened the fort, left the immortal to do even less than it needed to.
Red is about to lose their shield, and another swipe of the sword, getting down to probably about 80%, 84. And blue is ready to position to do camps. They're going to tour the world, bottom, top, maybe back to theirs if it's up by then. Thank you for the follow, Trinix. Trax? It's Traxx. I'm not sure how to say that. Traxx is what I'm going with.
Alright. Camp is taken, roll 1 is there, and Clouded Mines has just made their train to the top.
Yeah, roll 1 is going to push into this wall. I might be able to take it for it, relieve a little bit of pressure. If they see that marching though, they need to get back. They need to be backing right now.
Red team's core is under attack.
Yeah.
The shield's gonna fall as they back into place. Johanna's blessed shield misses. Everyone else just focusing core.
Tigers on the core, and there goes game 1.
Clouded Mines After Dark takes the first game of the evening. Let's pull up our stats.
Roll 1 just didn't have the race to be able to deal with Artanis and the Jaina being able to melt those in half a second.
Yeah, overall stats aren't too far out. Rexar fell. Johanna and Rexar both fell four times, but so did Varian, and Artanis fell 3. It really hurt to see those rotations from Cloud Mines After Dark to get those picks, though. That left roll 1 in a tough spot.
Yep.
Talents, so we didn't hit 20s, but about what you'd expect to see. I don't see anything too out of the ordinary.
No unstoppable out of the Sylve. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, that's 16 or 13?
16.
16. Yeah, I guess. I mean, the Johanna shield and the bear were the only two real things. I guess the root too, huh? Malfurion root.
Yeah.
She could have got value, but I guess she decided the move speed was better in favor, and she never died. So
Hard to argue with those kind of results.
Yeah, let me chat with roll 1 and see what they want to do. I am going to move us over.
That's me. Yep. Fun little place to be. Ooh. Next map is up. We are going to Alterac Pass.
Alterac Pass. I think it's the newest map. No, without the reworks.
Has it been that long since we've had a map?
I think it is. I think the Alterac Pass. Uh, I will have to look at that, Moist. I'm sorry. I'll have to check my overlay. My kid messed with it the other day.
Wow.
As long as you could hear Wolf, that was good.
I can't believe that Alterac being the newest. How long has that even been out?
It's been a while. We had the rework of Hanamura Temple into Hanamura, where I don't know. The Hanamura rework, I believe, happened after Alterac Pass, but
Yeah, that sounds right.
uh,
Oh, it's been in the pool since 2018. Wow. So yeah, we're looking at 3 years probably since we had our last map.
yeah, and it would be nice if Blizzard would come out with another map, but yeah, all right, thank you, Moist. I appreciate it. I need to get a new mic. My kid has damaged this when I know it's low in volume. I hear that from my team chat as well. All track pass. We're gonna let them know casters are ready. We are just waiting on one team, and we will dive into our second draft.
I forgot to go back into the HOTS chat or channel. I was on the web looking up when that map was last done.
You joined. Oh, you are in the game. You're fine.
Yeah. But I was watching the stream. It's like, okay, let's get ready for the game. It's like, this doesn't look right. Took
Yeah.
me a couple seconds.
Alterac Pass. It's a map in its own unique sense that you want to be able to take down 2 keeps before you're going to try to win the game. 1 keep gives you, I think, a 60% shielded core. If you take out a second keep, it drops to 20. And if all 3 keeps are down, it has no armor, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's 3 keeps is full, then 40, then 20.
Oh, is it 40 and 20?
I think so.
Yeah. 40 is still a lot of armor. That's still almost half damage negated, so.
Yeah. Map, or not map, camp control is going to be very important. So who can control the mid lane probably is going to be able to dictate a lot of this game.
Yes, a big part of those, there's only your back sapper camp and then the 2 bosses, top and bottom. So it's not a very macro heavy map, but the back camp respawns really quickly as well. It's, I believe, 90 seconds. So.
Yep, and getting it on that 90 seconds on clockwork is very important. So, I wonder if we'll see any bans from roll 1 that they don't want to deal with on this map. Maybe that was giving them fits from game 1.
Sylvanas, maybe? Oh, they don't want the Hogger again.
Which, from stuff I've seen from the Clouded Minds crew, they've been known to run several bruisers and forgo the
Yes.
traditional tank.
We experienced that when Counterpick Stupid played them, so.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a fun thing to have to play against, especially when a Tychus is just being taken away and you're losing your percent damage.
That was a Snap Tychus pick, though. A Snap Tychus ban again, so really they don't want to deal with Tychus.
Tychus just defining his own bit of the meta right now. It's like all the bruisers want to come out and play, and he's just like, nope, going to put my minigun on and mow you guys down.
What is worth the first pick here to roll 1?
Oh,
Brightwing is pretty high meta healer right now. Stukov is what they want.
I think Stukov makes sense for a first pick. He's very strong right now, being able to give armor, his sustain, healing, the burst. Maybe they'll do something interesting and possibly pair him up with Uther.
Ooh, an Uther or a perhaps a Gary throw.
And Chromie coming out this game. Slowing Sands is still a nightmare to play against. Not quite as bad with the range nerfs recently.
Yeah, not as bad. The return kind of fell off during the warrior medallion scene to be easily cleansed, but slowing sands is still seems to be the meta right now for Chromie.
Yep. Rock being able to pick up his ETC, pretty sure that's one of his most favorite tanks to play. Seem to recall him loving to play it back in the day when I was in Div B, and he was too. But Cal's kind of fallen out of favor a little bit with Johanna, Diablo, and Bruiser's just making up such a large percentage of what's being played nowadays.
Well, that was easy to ban.
So no fire mages, not allowed. No Johanna, okay. Johanna being that natural ETC counter.
Good for the dance party mosh pit.
Always good for a good mosh pit. Very satisfying to be able to punch someone in the face.
May is still good enough to interrupt DTC though.
Yep. Ranged Johanna.
Yeah.
Ooh, Dahaka. I haven't seen him played in a while. Good global pressure.
And it's a big map. Not a whole lot of bushes on the map. There's a few. Usually by the objectives, I think, on both sides.
Just enough to make that little ZN worth it.
Yeah.
Will we match a Falstad?
There's
the Falstad.
There's the global. Something to bring up. Falstad has a banned talent. The lightning strike at level 1 is currently bugged. And is a remake of the game if they take it.
Yeah, dishonorably discharged, not allowed.
Yep.
No one wants to see it. U.S. Army won't pick it because it has bad vibes.
The Tassadar. Ooh, I love me some Tassadar.
Man, it looks like they took a page out of the CCS playbook, doubling up on mages.
Yeah. But, you know, CCS gets it to work for us. Perhaps After Dark will have the same luck.
I don't want them to have the same luck. I'd like to see a game 3.
I would as well.
So we got globals to match. Rexar, nuisance. Big map. I wonder if we'll see Valkyrie out of the Cassia. Both Tass and Chromie have some long wind-ups, and that can be a quick snap in a pull.
That is very possible. I would like to see an auto attack Tassadar. No reason. It's not the best. I like it.
I don't know anything about Tass. I leave that to our mage player, and it's like, hey, I'm going auto attack this game. It's like, okay, I'm going W build this game.
No,
I have no idea what you're doing, so I am all for whatever you say.
the Q build is probably the best bet here. On the blue side, we have Tiger on the Dahaka. We have Weenus playing the Skater Boy. Vince Noir on the Tassadar. Zymara on the Chromie. And Special Chai on the May.
And we have Zad on the Falstad, Waniba on the Stukov, Poe on that Cassia, Rock Your World on the ETC, and Big Beard on the Rexar. And he did not pick Dishonorably Discharged, so we will not have to boot him from service and start this map over.
The Tassadar throws out a beam, gets a couple of stacks. Nisha likely falls, but do they swap out Chai? No.
Shy walking out with that half a health bar.
Chromie rotating down and Dahaka rotating up as Roll 1 wants to have some fun with the Dahaka if they can. Oh,
Good
Dahaka,
silence.
yeah, burrowed out of the way. The silence under him was a great follow-up by Stukov, though. But CM After Dark is already on their camps as Roll 1 returns to get their camp as well. Both teams have a decent camping group over there. Not spectacular, but
Falstad looks like he's going to try and do a little double soak while they throw 3 people to the camp. Whereas Clouded Minds just has to send 2 to take care of it.
yeah.
Falstad does get the benefit of being able to get extra stacks for his auto attacks, though.
That's true. Both camps picked up within a second of each other, marching to meet on the bridge.
So static charge for the Tassadar, that's Q build?
Yep.
Okay.
He picks up the electric fence. You know, when nature's calling, don't be stalling. Use your common sense. Before you let it go, find a place to go.
Ooh.
Just don't whiz on the
Good,
electric fence.
Good Lucio boop, keeping the Mei healthy.
The Chromie in the solo lane, whose only job is to stay safe, basically, and get soaked. Not looking for stacks, just looking to not die. Falstad seems to be getting some decent damage on the Dahaka top. Camps are up in 15 seconds. Oh, the rotation down onto Chromie, though.
Poor Chromie.
Puts
I wish
Roll
I had
1
seen
in.
that.
I wish I had too. I was up there watching Falstad and Dahaka dance, but great pickup from Roll 1. Are they going to get this Mei as well? Did Mei already use her slide?
There, she has Unstoppable, and she's
out.
free.
Blue team is picking up their camp, while red team is just holding the line. At this point, red team just wants to keep them off for 10 seconds, if they can. They are retreating.
Not Rexar. Oh, big tongue out of the Dahaka.
Yeah.
Rock is gonna go down.
Rock is on an island, just stalling at that point.
Falstad has pushed another wave in the top lane that they will be missing.
That bumps up to 7s for red, but Clouded Binds split second behind them. Picks it up as well. This camp taking a long time for Roll 1. They need to get in there and stop the channel if they can. Let's see if they can find an angle for this. Dahaka is getting really low. Burrows and uses his trait, but is silenced as soon as he comes out. But manages to squeeze himself out just in time.
Yeah, his self-heal was at a very minimal stack from the last engagement. He had to pop that to be able to survive. So he only got like a quarter of his normal healing. Special Chai getting hit by the ETC and friends. And Dahaka has now burrowed to the top lane.
Roll one valiantly trying to hold middle. ETC's getting pretty low as the cavalryman smashes the fountain and begins to work on the fort.
Alright, so Big Beard gets the bot lane all to himself. Falstad is playing with Tiger in the top lane. And
For
mid does
trying
not
to
look
punish
like
the
it's...
fort.
Yep. Big time stop.
And that yeah, gives them speed away.
Taking out our cavalry.
Dahaka putting out about 3/4 of the damage onto this top lane. Wisely backs up without vision on roll 1.
And you can see Cloud and Mine once again immediately on their camp. You know, it doesn't sound like much, but that pressure builds up.
Rexar being able to start chipping away at that bot lane since he was the only one down there for most of that objective. Cloud and Mine's opting to have the 4-man. So we have Mosh Pit, Gust, Massive Shove, Ball Lightning, and Unleash the Boars coming out of roll 1.
And on the side of Cloud and Mines, we have Isolation, Sound Barrier, Black Hole, Slowing Sands, and Avalanche. I've seen a lot of people picking up Ice Wall for May lately.
It seems to be the flavor of the month right now.
Both teams picking up a boss, opposite lanes.
I wonder if they'll take a gentleman's agreement and decide to just trade them, or are they gonna have to respond?
Roll one's forcing the response. Blue is Cloud and Mines is rotating up. They need to be careful and start to get out of there. Start to consider their options. The Gust is always the final option too, to safely get out. They are going to be cheeky here though. They're going to look for a cheeky split after they finish the boss. That top fort is hanging on by a nail, by a sliver.
Please gust them into the fort. Please do it.
The Lucio speed is the MVP here, just keeping them just a bit ahead. Black Hole available. Nope, Black Hole was already used to disengage, but Blue takes both bot and top fort in the meanwhile.
Yep. Ignoring the boss only has a little bit of health left anyways. Not a big worry here. Camps are more important. May's kind of out on an island with the rest of her team gone.
Both
Backing up.
teams have only got one kill. The blue team, the After Dark, is just seems to have that better rotation, have that better pressure.
Rock getting stuck by that electric fence. Unleash the Boars come out, not soon enough to be able to save Rock.
Falstad still stacking, building up those tail feathers.
It's gonna shake them a little bit for us while he's down in that bottom lane.
Rex are really far out on an island. The May Sly gets behind him and bye-bye bear.
Bad time to have a stagger. They were almost ready to where they could have re-engaged as 5. Very unfortunate timing there.
Yes. The second objective not being contested anymore, as Red just wants to push out the lanes and have those cavalrymen hit their walls at different times. They're gonna push into this wall. They need to be getting back there though. They can see the entire blue team on their fort or their keep wall.
I do not like that call.
Yeah, that was. I don't like the call either, but they're on their way back. This keep is down to about 80% now. The Falstad looking for that gusting. Pushes the Tassadar and the May in.
Big silence.
Big silence. The Lucio tries to save them, but the shields are burned through, and this is now free clear for red for roll 1.
I may dislike that call a little less now. It got them to really commit to taking that down before objective.
Yep, Falstad really far out, but his team significantly outnumbers CM after dark, so
Dahaka goes down. Chromie and Lucio the only ones left. Very quick clear.
Tassadar congratulating the well-played engagement. I like this. Rexar is clearing bottom, and this is the time roll 1 pushes. This is as Clouded Mines is still respawning. I don't think they get any more, but now is their time to get out.
I wonder if Clouded Minds will check their aggression into those forts when they see the other team in a different lane now. After being gusted into, followed by silences.
Yeah. Another thing to keep an eye out for is that Falstad landing zone. You can see where Falstad's going to fly to as soon as he starts channeling it on the other team.
Dahaka is going to be making his way to the bot lane. Rexar and Prince coming to that top.
Falstad, you ready to fly in, Falstad? His fly is up. Gust is up. He's coming up.
Boss gets for Lucio.
The Tassadar are way out of position. Rexar is really low. The Avalanche pushes ETC back, but that just secures the Dahaka kill instead.
Keeps the Rexar alive, being able to get ETC in position for a stun.
Yeah. And,
Has walked out with that sliver of health though.
This is a double boss play from roll 1. They do top, they rotate bottom, do bottom, and then do objective.
Yep, and they'll have Gust back up in time for the next boss too.
Yeah, they still have Mosh Pit. They'll have all ults back up. So, May's Avalanche will be the only one down for this next objective. May be coming back up by the time it happens.
Are they going to forgo boss and just opt for objective?
I say they leave the Rexar there, or one man there, to let it channel, and they still need to do that boss, I think.
Falstad's playing lane maintenance right now. Channel has been started, and Cassia is rotating to the bottom with squad.
Yeah, Rexar may be time to get out. Now it's probably too late to do boss. I get out if I'm roll 1 here. Unless Rexar can hold them back. Nope, they're moving past Rexar. They're coming in. Roll 1's still fighting the boss though. The isolation hits the Stukov, silencing him. An Avalanche pushes ETC back into the base, but he slides out. Dahaka falling as the sand lands on top of Cassia, taking her out with the May follow-up.
So 1-for-1 trade. Rock. Rock goes down. So 2-for-1, and now Clouded Minds is looking to start taking some channel time of their own.
Yeah.
Big minion wave in the top.
Big minion wave on that wall, burning it down. That's great for roll 1. Falstad being chased down by Lucio and booped to death. Sad way to go. That split death or the split death timers is just bad for roll one right now. They'll be up as 4, but they can't really stop this channel anymore.
Yep, they'll be about 10 seconds and waiting for the false stat after objective is done channeling if nothing is done to stop it.
Yeah, roll one just takes their camp here. Gets that pushing out. They can
Roll
see
one.
the Dahaka top lane, but it's still not worth it. Dahaka can stalk in, so.
Yep. Roll 1 is closer in the race to 20. It doesn't look like they'll be able to snag these before the objective is started. Boss has been started, and Roll 1 sees it and is heading there.
Very smart move. Falstad is up now with Gust. Dahaka's already down there waiting. The big silence from the Stukov as red, almost all of red gets caught in that black hole. The Avalanche finishes off a low E2C, and Falstad is gusting Tassadar, but into what?
I see they're putting some damage out, but Falstad falls. 3 for nothing, but Bosch was leashed. Camp was able to stall a good portion of the mid wave.
Red needs to not die. That needs to be their primary objective. They'll lose bottom keep. They'll probably lose top keep. And they'll need to defend on the core. They may even lose mid keep.
Lucio just super aggro going for the throat.
Yeah. A staggered death here though is, and you know what, it may not even matter. Blue has too much here to deal with.
Yep. All 3 of the keeps went down almost simultaneously, and they were able to get the game.
Great plays by Clouded Minds After Dark. Roll 1 did really well there in the mid game, but the overpowering force from Blue was just too much to take. Who do you name MVP of these 2 games?
Ooh. You're asking a question I am not ready to answer. I'd have to think on that.
Let's go to the statistics screen. Let's see if we can get someone here for an interview. I just think Weenus was gross on both those healers. That Lucio was
very aggressive.
Very aggressive. So let me see. Let's move up to a lobby and see if they want to do an interview.
All right. Looks like Tiger is in lobby 2.
Alright, let's move there. Tiger, how are you feeling?
Hey, feeling good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just got to watch these 2 pretty intense games from Clouded Minds. You guys played quite spectacularly in both those games.
Thank you. Very kind.
The first game on Battlefield of Eternity, you know, there was a lot of back and forth. Leeming was getting a lot of resets at one point, but you guys held it out. You guys had the race. You had the overpower. Tell us about game 1. Did you guys go in drafting for race, or was that kind of what you guys fell into?
You know, we weren't really drafting for a race to start off. We were just kind of trying to get, on some comfortable heroes that we thought would do relatively well against their heroes in the team fight. I feel like sometimes you get on this map and you're too focused on killing the immortal and you forget that there's, 5 other heroes that you got to deal with. So we were kind of waiting until the end, and at the end of the draft, I actually said, "Hey, do we have any race?" And it was like the Jaina has some race, so that's why I went into the Artanis, um, and then took the amateur opponent at one to kind of help us out with that, and it seemed like it paid off. I mean, yeah, we had a pretty good amount of race with that.
Yeah. Any observations game one, Wolf, that you had?
Oh, was there any particular reason you decided to go double mage, and was it just the damage that you could put out with the Varian?
Did we go double mage game one?
Sylvanas and Jaina.
Oh, was that
Oh,
game? Oh, that was game two, wasn't it? I am confused already.
Sylvanas is kind of magish damage. It's ability damage.
yeah. Well, Sylvanas was what we considered that game our auto attacker. Although, yeah, it's kind of a mixed thing there. So, yeah. I don't know. We just Sylvanas. We picked that early. I think that was in our first two picks because she's really good on this map. You can turn off the structures, and I know we have some backliners, Zamara, that plays it really well. So. Um, So yeah, that's why kind of the pseudo auto attacker is our second backliner.
Yeah, very nice. Game two, Alterac Pass was picked by you guys. Not to judge you too much, but why did you pick a garbage map?
Because we're garbage players, and it goes together.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Nah, we were talking about that I believe Alterac Pass was the last full map added to this game. Uh, there was the
Yeah,
Hanamura rework, but uh, it's been a while since we've had a fresh map. So
yeah, we find it fun, and I think we've had some success on it. So I don't necessarily know if we're better at it than other maps, but sometimes you
very
get that
nice.
warm and fuzzy
Game
on a
two,
map that
Alterac
you
Pass
you
was
know
picked
won
by
on.
you
So
guys.
we just kind of went with that.
All right, and so as Wolf was asking though, you guys did go the double mage, the Tassadar Chromie. Any thoughts behind that? Any reasons? I know personally CCS gets a lot of grief when we go double mage, but
Yeah, we were going back and forth. I know double mage is typically people say it's a bad thing, but I don't know. I don't know in this game anymore. I mean, you can go no tank, no healer, at least when you're playing Storm League, and it still wins. So we thought it looked good. We thought those mages were fairly safe with what they were showing. They didn't have a ton of dive, and we thought that the May could protect them. So it looked good, and we just went for it.
any thoughts behind that? Any?
What did you guys think of that Falstad fly over the mid keep?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was a great play by their Falstad. You talking about when he flew over and then gusted us back?
Yep.
Yeah, we knew right when we saw him coming over. We're like, he's gonna gust, and then yeah, it was an excellent defense by roll one on that. I don't know, was it the first objective I think, and they yeah killed multiple of us, and so brilliant play. Hats off to the Falstad R1Esports, I think is his name.
Yeah, that was a great false stab play, and that gave them an advantage for that mid game as well. They were playing it really well. They went out and took bosses. You guys were licking your wounds, and I was personally screaming at my monitor, telling them to double boss, but they, I think they stuck around too long, and you guys were able to catch them on that bottom boss after the respawn.
Yeah, no, I think we expected them to be double bossing as well, and we're a little surprised that like they went to the objective first, and then we knew in comms. I think someone called it out. I think it was Special Chai, our shot caller. It was like, oh yeah, they're gonna go to the bottom boss, but they're taking a little while to get there. So
Yeah.
we were able to get there, and yeah, so that worked out really well for us because they were already kind of weak.
Roll one. I like you guys. Listen though, I would highly recommend doing the boss first, and then as it's pushing and they're clearing is when you guys could go take the objective. But they still played their hearts out, and it was a really good game to watch. Both games are fun to watch and cast. Do you have anything else before we turn it over to Tiger Wolf?
Was Weenus, was this his first time on a healer? Because I can't recall ever seeing him healing for you guys.
Yeah, we've been swapping around the healer spot a little bit. Our main healer's been down for the last few games, so Zamara played it the last couple games. And Weenus is really just an all-around great player. He can play anything well except for tank. Sorry, Weenus. But he plays it all well. So we said, "Hey, can you heal tonight?" And he's always a great sport, and he said yes. And yeah, it
His
was the first time to
he
answer.
was really good on that Lucio and really obnoxious, I think, in the roll ones being chased down. I think near the very end that Falstad was chased down and booped to death by Lucio.
Yeah, I know. I thought the fight was over a long time ago. Then I was like, oh, Lucio just killed somebody. Nice work, buddy.
All right. Well, we'll leave it to you, Tiger. Any shout outs, anything you want to say or talk about?
Oh yeah, shout out to you guys for casting us. Thank you so much. I was trying to give you some biddies, but I can't give you bits on your stream yet. But I'm sure you'll get there.
I am
Everyone follow him.
10 follows away, so
Everybody give him a follow. And shout out to Roll1Esports for a great match, and wish them the best of luck the rest of the season. And to my team, we've had a little bit of a rough patch. We lost, I think, the last 3 matches pretty poorly. But we're coming back, and I think we might make it to the playoffs with this win. So thanks y'all for sticking in there. Y'all are great players, and looking forward to the rest of the season. I think that's it. Oh, and our sister team, Clouded Minds, Div D West, undefeated so far this season. They're like 14-0. Thanks for being in the stream. Love you guys. That's all. Thanks.
all right. Well, thank you, Clouded Minds. Thank you, Wolf, for joining me for a cast. I appreciate the follows, guys. I'm doing this for fun. Not really concerned about bits or anything, but I want emotes. I want my own emotes. I want to pay people money to have my own cool emotes. That's my goal. So, wow, 2 follows. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I have lined us up a raid. We are 3. Oh, guys, too much. No, don't stop. I do want all the follows, but Arrow from Regen is casting another Div C West game. I appreciate it all. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for stopping by and for supporting me through this. Any last shout outs, Wolf?
Shout out to the teams for playing. It was a blast to watch. Thanks for having me with you. And
Anytime you're home from class, you're welcome to join me.
do we still shout out Valk's mom?
Sure. We will shout out Valk's mom for Valk's mom's sake.
All right.
Shout out
That
to
sounds good.
Valkymer's mom, the C meme. If you've ever watched a CCS, uh, yeah. If anyone cares, but let's line up and give Arrow some love. Regen. And thanks for stopping by, guys.